All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Monday Open. And what an open it is. Gap up, gap up, gap up. And we're off to the races. That's right, guys. We are in for a very interesting next couple of months. And it looks like we might just be seeing the start and the breakout of a couple of pairs. Let's do a share screen. Let's get ready to talk markets. And obviously, we've got to start here with some very interesting stuff in regards to the cryptoverse. I hope everyone had a great weekend. Did you guys have a good weekend? I hope you did. I hope you're ready for Thanksgiving. Anyone from America? And I'm going to open a celebration can. Okay, there we go. You heard that? That was pretty nice. And we're doing a celebration can because it's been a great year so far. And I hope that a lot of you have done well. What's been your best trade? Let us know in the chat. And the reason we're celebrating is because, yes, it's been a great year. Yes, things are going well. Yes, Ethereum's popping a little bit here this morning, which we'll talk about in a moment. And small caps have done quite nicely in the last couple of days. But I want to say cheers to each and every one of you for your continuation to learning. Because remember, guys, we never stop learning in this game. We're always improving. We're always stretching our brains to get ahead and be effectively the smarter money. And I would say, let's cheers to this. There we go. I don't know if you can hear that. But 2024 was truly an amazing one for many people. I've got people sending me $1 million profits, few $1 million profits, $500,000 profits, hundreds of thousands of dollars on their hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's been pretty incredible. So thank you very much to everyone that's done well. Thank you for sending through some of your amazing returns for this year. And also for anyone that hasn't, and you're thinking, man, it sucks. Why not me? Well, just remember, there's always another opportunity. We practice the abundance mindset. And as always, there's something new on the horizon. That's what's great about the community. So thank you very much. If you've got a good story, let us know. Here are the best trades from a lot of people. MSTR, Bitcoin to 100, crypto hands down. Is it a Coke? No, it's not a Coke. It's a vodka thing. Bitcoins are ready for 100. We'll see. Looks like a few people going on the crypto, a few people odd different investments, gold, space stocks. I doubt that, but space stocks, it's not a Foster's. So yeah, a lot of people seem to be getting some pretty good returns out of all sorts of different things. IWM up 40% in a week. Wow. That's some leverage right there. Tesla leaps, Tesla. So a lot of you guys sharing those things. I got wrecked on the SPY puts placed at Max Payne Friday. SPY puts. Why are you trying to short the market, dude? I didn't think I ever said short the market. I'm pretty sure we've been going with the bull side. All right, let's go over to the story of this morning, which is probably Ethereum. It's trying to make a break to a new high. So let's talk about it. This is fairly significant. Obviously, people have been looking for this break for a while. I always say when the memes intensify, then you want to be thinking exactly what do those memes mean. When the memes to BTC being the greatest thing ever, you may have noticed it's kind of slowed as we've hit those kind of crescendo memes. And now it's Ethereum, all sorts of hilarious ones. Some kind of rude almost have been coming through. Magnifying glasses, people that are holding Solana bags and people that are holding Bitcoin bags looking at the other person. My goodness, you guys are funny. I'll let you put two and two together. But yeah, this is a good breach out. Obviously not quite done with the goods yet. We want to see a daily close. It may be that this is the peak high that's just hit into this resistance over here on the left. But I did post over on X that I think Ethereum will beat Bitcoin over the next couple of months. I do feel like that's very possible. Although we think Bitcoin 120, 130K, there are a couple of signs pointing to maybe Ethereum and some other coins starting to find the juice. And let's start off here with Ethereum versus the BTC, which everybody always does. Basically, the combo code of pitting them against each other. And you may notice that when you do this, it doesn't look very good on a daily, does it? Look at that. Down, 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 down. And we're now trading around a 0.04, 0.03 ratio. So have we been higher? Of course, we usually get back to a 0.08 at one point. So last time we were there is back in 2022. During the runs of 24, we got back to 0.06. So that would estimate that, of course, if we are talking about percentage, we're about that much behind in terms of ratio. And obviously, people are looking for the glory days of ETH. Can we get back to a 0.09 or something? I'm not really aiming for that, but what I do think is that Ethereum can move its way up to, the potentials of 0.07. And of course, if we still think Bitcoin's got more juice in it, then that is a potential. This is always the one, though, that people use, an Ethereum versus BTC style chart. Do I really care about this ratio? It's not so much this ratio. What I want to do is go back to Ethereum for a moment. And I want to talk about previous times that we've seen rallies. And specifically, I want to just discuss the idea of 2020, where we saw actually Bitcoin perform much stronger out of the gate. So as usual, we get this kind of ratio. You guys have all seen this before. Bitcoin goes first, rallies off. Ethereum takes a little while. October, we see Bitcoin going. Sound familiar? December, we see it kind of like starting to, November, December, we started to see it go sideways for a little bit. Then it starts to go again. Everyone's like, Ethereum sucks, Ethereum sucks, Ethereum sucks. And then Ethereum starts to play the catch-up game. So this could be where we're at. And whether you go to 2017, 2020, 2000 and, really even 23, what you'll notice is around that December period in particular, you tend to see much more strength in Ethereum. So I think if I actually averaged it out, it was around 15th of December or something that we tend to see big runs here. What would be a good entry on Ethereum? It's basically the levels that you're at really around now in terms of closure. It's not a good entry. It's just what it is. So I still think that maybe Bitcoin's going to, it's having a bit of problems around 100. It's still giving me a lot of cause for, liquidity concern, maybe over a week or two here. Obviously, this week's Thanksgiving, which is great for the markets. I'd be cautious, but still optimistic. So I don't discount this as possible still for Ethereum. Similar for Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin could still go to 80K. It's not impossible. Some people disagree with me, but that's just what I think is possible. But it doesn't change the fact that I'm bullish, and we have to remain bullish into next year. We've got crypto positive people being hired. We've got obviously a lot of hype around this, and it's just the beginning. People say it's already overbought. Crypto tends to go longer than people expect. So remember, we've been brutalized for a long time. So when we get the comeback, it tends to go for longer than you think. And that's just historical. Like when you go through rallies, you often get epic rallies. You sometimes get secondary epic rallies. But generally speaking, this is not enough to blow up the crypto market, at least on Ethereum. And even if you look at Bitcoin, it's still not really historically epic blow off. It kind of looks more like this. That's kind of where I feel like we are. So what do you guys think? Let us know in the chat. Do you agree? Do you feel like this is the end of Bitcoin? It's already rallied enough? Is it in FOMO and it's done? Is it FOMO then cooked, or has it got more to go? Let's do a poll because I want to see your poll results here. FOMO. Start the poll. Here we go. All right, here we go. I'm just going to say yes or no. Crypto market done, yes or no. It's that simple. There we go. MVRV says that Bitcoin isn't cooked. Truly Messiah says, yes, it's only midway. 200 likes, invite the world. Thank you, guys. Make sure to keep it through. Fiddle says, my BTC prediction is $250,000. Very nice. Probably more FOMO here coming in. No way, more to go. Yeah, I think, look, polls tell you a lot. So what I did before today's stream is I went on over to X and I did a couple of things. First up, I asked, which crypto are you buying now? If it's not on the poll, write it down below. Now, overwhelmingly, these were the coins that were mentioned. BTC, okay, check. ETH, okay, some people buying that, check. XRP, God help us, it's back, baby. XRP's back, obviously SEC. I'll admit, about when I heard the SEC thing, I am no longer a super hater on XRP. I'm still not buying it, but I can't be a super hater. I give you I give the XRP community the ability now to let their wings fly. First time in 7 years, the trash coin is now possible. Solana, okay, interesting. Interesting that Solana was under XRP. Wow. ADA, and then, of course, Doge. So what is the key defining characteristic of all of these? And we'll get into stocks, don't worry. And it's all no crypto today. I know some of you guys don't like crypto. I tend to float where the money's flowing. So we got bullish on crypto a few months ago, and now we're reaping some of the rewards. But obviously now we get to discuss the next concept of this. So I think overwhelmingly what that's telling me is it's telling me that people are just riding the coins that are already moving. And Ethereum obviously is just getting the interest because, well, it's Ethereum. Yeah. But to get XRP that much just tells me the crypto is not changed. Crypto is still just a bunch of literal people that follow everybody and follow everything. And they just basically sheeple. The sheeple have followed to the XRP because it never gets that higher score ever. And that was interesting. So I said ETH will outperform BTC over the next 2 months. Do you agree? Interesting concept. Ethereum incredibly shorted here still, even through the rally. Could this be that people are going to get absolutely squeezed if Ethereum goes bonkers? Still holding shorts as well as Ethereum blitzed up. So it's not like it just declined. It actually still holds shorts. That doesn't bode well, I think, for people that are trying to go negative onto the cryptoverse. So certainly some interesting stuff there. Volume flows. I did have a chart. I probably don't have it with me at the moment, but the volume was very large. I mean, huge through the Ethereums recently. So some big volumes going in. Interesting stuff. Question, is MSTR going to do what it did in 1999? What the hell is that? What do you mean MSTR did what it did in 1999? You mean, does MicroStrategy, I don't even know, did it go crazy in 1999? Is it even around then? I have no idea. I am a sheep, the original Jeff says. I'm assuming what you mean, are we going to go into a hyper bubble of something? I didn't even know the stock has that kind of history on it. I must admit, I don't know much about the originality of MSTR as a company. So if I go out like really far, okay. So that drawing that comparison is really not that great. Never draw that comparison, please, ever again. They are totally different things. This is a crypto company. This is an internet company. This is an internet bubble. This is, whatever the hell it is. Crypto Ponzi scheme, or not even. It's the crypto never running, never ending money circus coming from the fixed interest market. So there we go. 444, by the way, 5.42% up in the early here. Crypto is a massive scam. Let's be real. I like Bitcoin. I do see reasons behind Bitcoin. I think that if you call Bitcoin a scam, might as well call gold a scam, realistically. And you could say, well, it's fixed. It's the never-ending debate. But just remember, for anyone sub 40, especially men, they tend to like it more. It is liquid. It is fixed. It is limited. It has all those scarcity principles that people tend to like. Plus, you don't have to actually carry around gold. So in this case, you've got the Bitcoin gold. So I think it has its place in portfolios. I think the reality is it's in an alt portfolio now. It's becoming part of financial networks. It's becoming part of government's thought processes. And I'll let you know this. If the Swiss central bank owns some, you can't really say it's completely done. So I say Bitcoin is the one, and that's the one you always want to be looking at. And obviously it's the best, and I'll never stop loving Bitcoin. But Ethereum is also an interesting coin right now. So we're looking for a break close high of 3,490. I'm going to set an alert there for today. We'll go through the rest of the markets in a moment. Beautiful entries on the stocks last week, guys. Anyone get into some Russell 2000s? Let's move on over to the stocks. So my thoughts are Ethereum tends to rally quite well. I did a special for our private community today where I went through it a little bit and my thoughts. And if you want to check that out, free 7-day trial over at fxevolution.com. Black Friday sale on now if you want to have a check. But overall, Ethereum looking good. Like to get a close. Pretty decent weekly close. Not enough to really say wow, wow, wow. But I think it's only a matter of time. Whether it's now, whether it's in 2 weeks, whether it's in 3 weeks, it's probably a matter of time for this coin. Bitcoin, still struggling, still a little bit overbought. Could see a flash at any point in time. Okay, it is possible. However, still bullish. All right, let's move over to the markets. Russell 2000, beautiful. Look at this. We are in Thanksgiving week, notoriously a good week to own stocks. At the highs, at the resistance, obviously gapping up here today from the old close of whatever it was, 2,400 plus. Incredible replication down here. Obviously hitting some major targets. We'll dump that off for a second. So first major target obviously hit for a lot of people this morning as soon as the open happens. I think there's more in this. I think the fact that the market's coming up to these highs is very, very decent. And if we actually have a look here and we go to something like percentage of stocks above certain moving averages. Oops, which one do we have here? Oh, I need this. And so I think, yeah, percentage of stocks above the 50, only 62.82%. So obviously more room to go. Percentage of stocks above 5 obviously is quite high. Where's the 20? 200 in the middle. So that gives more room to go. There should be one here that's new highs. I don't want any of this stuff. Blah, blah, blah. There, no, 50, 20, 20. There it is, 20. 65.43. So percentage of stocks above 20-day moving average, only 65. So still a lot of room for movement here. And that's, of course, S&P. But in general, it's telling you that small caps have more to go. We're still not at 80. We're still not overbought theoretically. So things are looking pretty nice. That's all in line with the stats we've spoken about. Guys, this is pretty much playing the Trump Rulebook 101 with small caps doing similar things that they did in 2016. I wouldn't say it's the hardest market to trade right now. Mostly be bullish, obviously bearish in the right cases. We'll go through China in a moment because that's getting smoked a little bit. Gold down here today, but that's to be expected. Gold, silver, both, well, particularly gold had an extremely good rally. Now I think pullbacks into buy demand will be generally where it's at. Yields also worth noting. But US 500, US 2K, very nice. Small. Basically, if you look at the NASDAQ's obviously weaker. That's to be expected. I think that this rally is not necessarily just large caps anymore. Semiconductors being left behind a little bit here. But this bodes well. Could we get a 6,200 by the end of the year? What do you guys think? Chat, we'll read a couple of comments here. What do you think? What lost 90% of value? MSTR. It's a totally different thing. Bit gold and gold money are digital gold. BTC is most certainly not digital gold. Oh, we can get into the argument about it, but let's just say that I think you'd be naive to discount Bitcoin through the rallies it's been in. If you think it's going to zero, it's not going to go to zero. It has way too much inherent demand. It just does. And it's got big money. And once you saw ETFs, then you're not getting rid of it. That's legitimizing it as an asset class for fund managers. And I'm sorry, they're going to put 1% to 3% of the portfolios into it or into some form of crypto over the next couple of years. That was the Bitcoin analysis. We'll go back over in a minute. I want to talk about all the markets, not just Bitcoin straight away. NVIDIA showing weakness, maybe time for a pullback now that people are FOMOing for BTC and crypto. We'll see about that. What do you think of SMCI today? Just made a move. Yeah, it's moving this morning. We'll talk about it in a moment. So US 500, obviously back at the highs. We are at a pretty considerable level. Obviously, we're dealing with 6,000. We may see a small pullback here. It's possible, but I think strength into strength. So generally, if we do pull back, anything there is going to be bought up. I'm not looking for pullbacks predominantly. I think if you set last week, you're looking good. You should have set last week. You should have been able to replicate it. If you didn't, well, I'm not sure why. Maybe it was news media. Maybe it was you believing the news media and the fear and those types of things. But just remember, if it's in the press, it's in the price. You've got to follow the reaction of the market, and the feed was good. So I would say US 2K is going to break at some point this week. I would like to see a new high. Okay. And I would like to therefore see a relatively decent rally into next year. I'll give you the options volumes for the SPX. 1 second. Let me grab them for you guys. Let's have a look at the SPX. In general, still 59.90, 6,000 today. Still the main call option. Huge amounts of levels at that. If you want to know where the puts wall is, 59.20. So 59.20 is the put wall. So you've got kind of like a fairly decent support level at around 59.20. I'll update the 1 days for you as well. Let me get those, get them for you right now, guys. All right, let me get these. Okay, 1 day options extreme levels for today. 68% of the time the market will stay between these. 59.28, which would be around where the put wall is, and top end is 6,017. But really, the close above 6K is the big deal here. We get above 6K, which is a big ask for it. So we'll see whether it can do that. That's going to be a big deal. If I had to guess, I'd say the day we get past will be Tuesday. And the reason is the options. It looks like there are weird puts everywhere. We've got puts at suddenly at 6,000 on Tuesday. Huge amounts of puts at 6,000 on Tuesday. So I could see the market trying to be above 6,000 by Tuesday. It's based on the options that I'm looking at. I'll chuck it into the end of today's video, depending on how we close. But based on today's options flow, the zero DTEs are kind of pointing towards markets trying to hold up. Yeah. Arcade, Kathy's Revenge. I'm never going to say Kathy's Revenge. She's totally crapped on this fund. So there's no Kathy's Revenge. But yes, I continue to like this. We talked about it, about a week ago, week and a half ago. We liked it then. We still like it now. So I do like RK. I like the small caps. I like the weird hyper growths. It's the nature of this market. I believe we've got 1/3 to go. And this is where people get hyped on trash. The key is to not be left holding the trash, guys. $2 here from Nicole. Thank you very much, Nicole. Appreciate that. Also appreciate the members coming in. Thank you very much, Evan, Bear Dog 63, Oksana, and Nicole with the $2 donation. Appreciate that. Sam Lee says, I'm balls deep in Amazon. Stuff you, Jeff. Have you seen that meme, guys, of like Zuckerberg out the window or Jeff Bezos out the window? Have you guys seen it? I'll show it to you. By the way, anyone else lose sleep when you see this? I mean, is there anything more terrifying than that? Oh, look, there he is. How is he? Look at him. Look at him. Just sitting out there. So please. I totally believe Bezos was probably in this one. Bezos was here. Zuckerberg's here. I do love the memes. All right, let's continue. I've heard fund manager on Bloomberg Friday saying he doesn't believe Bitcoin, but markets demand he puts 3% of his client money in Bitcoin. Correct. I've actually got an adoption chart. 1 second. Let me get that for you on this. So again, RK does look good. And let me show you this adoption chart. Where the hell did I put it? Okay. So this is where I think we're at this stage. Good one, Tom. ETFs were the pinnacle of crypto. ETFs just legitimize it for the asset classes that are required. We've already seen the only reason MSTR works is because it allows people that are government mandated not to really be able to get into those markets, be able to get into it. Obviously, this is where I kind of feel like we're probably at in the current cryptoverse. So the law of diminishing returns will mean that if you're not in it, let's say sometime in the next crash, and I still think there'll be a crash in the future, then you probably will miss out on the last major gains. From that point, then it'll just be more stabilized gains. So things, as the asset class gets bigger, it becomes harder to double and double and double and double. So I'm not sure what the size is right now of Bitcoin. Someone give it to me in the chat. But yeah, it's going to be very difficult to get to double every time. So, or triple or quad or whatever. So that's about where we are in probably Bitcoin adoption at this point. How high do you think ETH can go this cycle? It's all about market capitalization. So basically my thought process is probably about 0.07, 0.08 to the BTC. So again, you might say, like I saw some arguments today when I said ETH might beat BTC over the next 2 months that Ethereum's useless. That's kind of like saying when you buy Doge, it's useful, yet it's worth $50 billion. Doge is useless. Okay. I know there's Doge fans out there, but it's useless. Let's be real. It's got a picture of a dog. So this is the main thing. We've got to realize that you're not trading crypto a lot of the time based on use cases. A lot of it is just based on hype and people believing some storyline, whatever that might be. XRP the other day, SEC, obviously Gensler gets taken out. All of a sudden, bam, let's go XRP. It's always the same way in crypto markets. And deep down, all the crypto people here know that it's just the hype into the next hype, into the next hype, and then they all explode. And then ultimately, Bitcoin holds up everything, and Ethereum generally does okay, but still drops pretty heavily. $80 trillion. The target is 100 trillion. I don't think so. Don't be delusional this run. It's not going to hit 100 trillion this run. Sorry. Doge is made for Musk fanboys. Well, Doge was originally made for Reddit, but yeah, I guess now who knows what it is. Doge for the win. Just know what you're in. Always know what you're in. That's the most important thing. You can't dispute the fact that Solana might also beat Ethereum as it's faster. Truly, yeah, I guess it can be. So this is where I think we are at this stage. We're probably around this adoption curve right now. So if you think about this, you still have a bit to run. I'm thinking this is kind of like 2007 internet. So before we saw the iPhone and the smartphones, that's kind of how I feel about it. And we've just kind of released Gen 1. We've got Gen 1 of the iPhone out. So some people bought it. It's still on 2G internet. I think it's sick, but most people don't think it's sick. And what is the Gen 1? It is the ETFs. So the ETFs are the legitimization tool to allow these funds to have to purchase in. And really, at the end of the day, that's the biggest win for crypto. An alternative asset that funds have to buy because their clients demand it. And I worked in fund management, quite a lot of money, and I could see it taking around 2 to 3% share of the alt investment. So if alt investment's generally 8%, I could see it having 2 or 3% of the 8. So we would have 5 in other things and 3% in crypto. And I'm sorry, that's just how it is. That's how I say it now. It's gone too far. The ETFs were legitimizing it for the general population. And this is where funds are going to be in the future. I've said this for a while here. Thomas says that's early. Internet had at least a use case by then. It's not the same type of tech. It's different. It's like anything. How long's it been around for? We're focused in now for 15 years. So yeah, I think that just like AI is early at this stage and people are going to call it a chat robot when it eventually goes bad. This is kind of where I think. Anyway, some people can say that's a good take, a bad take. I'm just coming from a fund manager's perspective on what I think they're doing and what I've heard in the industry. And people are demanding it. Their clients sub 40 want it. Their clients every cycle, their clients, even older, want it. That, last cycle I never heard anyone 90 plus talking about crypto. For the first time I heard them. And that reminds me a little bit of YouTube. YouTube is overwhelmingly used by old people now. Facebook is particularly there. I mean, my parents only use YouTube. They love YouTube. And they didn't love YouTube 5 years ago, but since COVID, they've loved YouTube. So that's the latest of the cycle. Couldn't really convince them unless it was me to even own crypto, though. So anyway, that's where I think we're at in terms of the curve. We do have a decent amount of data. Let me just quickly pull up this thing here on the volumes. I'll show you guys this. I know this is the hype today. I do want to get onto stocks and talk about stocks. You guys know we love stocks. So let me just quickly transfer this over. 1 second. I'll show it to you. All right, here we go. So basically what we're looking at here is, we'll just jump that off, is basically no, this is the wrong thing, but this is also good for what we want. 1 second, that's not the crypto one I wanted. Where did I save this for you guys? That's all right. Give me 1 sec. We'll get another one here. Don't tell me I didn't save it. Oh, someone can find it. So basically what it was just a bunch of transactions going through Ethereum. And I mean a big amount. So I just thought that was interesting. Let's talk some stocks. Regardless of, we'll go back to the charting on Ethereum and Bitcoin later on, but I want to talk stocks here for a moment. So first up, I want to just talk about optimism. This is made by Grant Hawkridge. Grant, if you're watching right now, give us a shout out in the chat. Grant's always doing good work over on X. If you're interested, he's a good Australian guy. Comes from Melbourne, where I'm from. I like this chart. I was thinking of doing something similar. Still may do that, but anyway. These are pretty good reads. So basically, we've got here the VIX. And you can see, of course, it's still on the optimistic side. Why the VIX is relatively low. Put-call ratio still on the general optimism side now. And put-call ratio 5-day also on the optimism side. The bull-bear spread actually dropping into the negative side a little bit here, which tells us that retail was a little bit too negative last week. I'd hope you guys weren't. That's why we've been able to climb the wall of worry. And in general, it's pretty much bull risk on. Okay, so bull risk on. There's no other way to read it really right now. Now, if we have a look here, I wanted to talk about financial conditions because this is important to crypto, Bitcoin, and everything else. This is a very interesting time. We haven't quite seen financial conditions this hot many times. And you'll notice that generally when we see financial conditions this hot, they can stay up for a little while, but they always end badly. They don't usually end in glory and everything's glorious. So we've now been in a pretty strong financial condition in terms of things have been improving since 2022. We moved from, of course, the bear side to the increase side. What this is meaning is that it's easier to actually get money than people think. Liquidity is floating around. And generally speaking, this is a good sign for bull markets. Financial conditions have continued to not be bad. And this is again showing us that we're up there in those echelons of very specific periods of time. 2005, 6, 7. We all know what happened then. 2014, 15 into the sideways market of 15, 16. Okay, interesting. And then, of course, we've got 2020, 21 into the collapse in 2022 caused by inflation or whatever the hell, we're led to believe each way. So generally speaking, this is a very good sign for the bulls for now, but we will need to monitor this type of thing very heavily into 2025. So can you guys see how this is all good right now? It's all gravy right now, everyone. But will it continue to be all gravy? What do you guys think? XX says BTC should go down after Thanksgiving. That's generally the thought process. Thanksgiving brings people and stuff like that. Neil says, I hate Google, but I love YouTube. YouTube, in my opinion, is the greatest of social medias. X is good in finance. So I am over on X as well. So follow us there. Dono says it's the gravy train, man. Also, thank you very much to the 1,500 people joining us today. We're talking everything from crypto markets to stock markets to individual stocks, metals, everything else, guys, as we always do. 3% in crypto sounds responsible. Yeah, it's becoming a thing here. But just remember, once that money's once that portfolio money comes through, it's a massive, massive thing. Your parents love YouTube because you're on it? No, they just love YouTube. They don't watch my channel that much. I don't think they want to watch this type of stuff. Darth says, "Hey, don't call us old." Yeah, Mark says, "Yes, I'm a YouTube old man." It's all good, bro. All right. So looks like gravy train until it isn't. I believe your prediction of late 2025 being when it isn't. It's potentially there. We're not going to put that's a prediction, obviously. I don't really like pure predictions. I like having a healthy level of skepticism that is led by indicators that give you leads. So I'd like to think if you sub to this channel, if you watch our videos, if you learn more things, of course, yes, I keep some behind paywall. Yes, I've done this for a while, that you will be able to see next year and when it does turn. Remember, following someone that is just bullish for no reason and just posts emojis of rockets and diamond hands and Bitcoin and good morning, fam. Can I say I'm sorry if you're watching this, but I don't like the good morning, fam. I'm not with it. It sounds like a cult. Anyone with me there? Good morning, fam. BTC, hashtag ETH, hashtag Doge, hashtag, etc. Hashtag. You know what I'm talking about. It's fun being rich, huh, Tom? No, I'm not that rich. There's richer people than me. It's not so much that you want to be rich or you don't want to be rich. Money does not buy happiness at all. You buy I was talking to some people about buying these cars that they buy. I'm like, do you like that car? He's like, yep. And 2 weeks later, he's like, I'm bored. I'm like, because it doesn't give him anything. That's just how it is. But these financial conditions, this is a serious chart. This is one that I would take a little snappy of, because this type of thing is exactly the type of thing that you want to see, and you want to observe these highs and start saying, whoa, 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 whoa. We need to pay attention. Okay. All right. Let's go back over to the charts. So Bitcoin could break out today. Obviously, we've got nice look at the markets. There's no doubt that generally Thanksgiving brings the bulls. So any pullbacks usually are met by bull demand. We don't tend to be negative into US public holidays, especially Thanksgiving. So you've got to be bullish this week, historically, based on the data. I can't remember which is the turn day, but yeah, you generally would be bullish. Let's talk yields for a moment, because I noticed the US 10-year dropped here today, and a few other people here. Darth Buddha says he must have some money. Only people with money say that. Lol, it's okay. True. Yeah, well, you let's just say you usually know people have a little bit of money based on the fact they don't talk about having any money. That's usually the go. Anyone that sits there talking about their Louis Vuitton belt for 10 hours is generally opposing hobo. All right, let's go US 10-year. Big kind of downward trend line here. Obviously a nice kind of rejection area for us. I am interested in this zone, very much so, because obviously if this goes down, what's probably going to go up, guys? Everyone in the chat's pretty smart. You got big brains. You'll know what's going on. As they say, I'd rather cry on a Ferrari than on a bike. Yes. The influencing economy will be replaced by authenticity economy, and Tom's ahead of the curve, says Crash. Interesting. Whether it's crypto or stocks, just get in, get out, and keep counting your blessings, Jose says. Turkey Day, yum. Very good, Darth. Hope you have a great turkey. I'm buying a turkey this year from Costco, because we can't really get turkeys in Australia. Well, at least I don't know where they are. To be in the 5% of net worth in Australia, you need Australian $3.4 million, according to LK Bart 1. Interesting. What's gain on Rocket Labs? We'll look at that in a moment. BTC, gold, BTC. Yeah, it could drop. It could bring those up, but usually it's going to be treasuries that you'll look at from this particular chart. I just think it's a good sign if it can stay underneath here. And it leads me into our next couple of discussions. So first up, US 10-year down, you're generally going to want to go and look at those treasuries, because this is going to start telling you that buyers are coming into the treasuries market. Now, we know there are dark pool, big trades, dark pool, big trades all over the place. We also know that the sentiment is overall bearish, and people just post every day about how bonds suck and government treasuries suck and everything else. So generally speaking, this is a time you want to be more excited about it, but you'll notice here that the daily 20 has remained a big problem for treasuries. So treasuries continue to drop. They've never been able to buy back above that. I think until you even get at least that, you don't even have a first sign of bullishness on treasuries. So we've got some evidence. We've got big volumes. We've got incredible oversells in treasuries. We have the US 10-year starting to come down. And then we can go over to what, guys? What's the next currency? Shit, I told you. But anyway, what's the next thing that I might be looking at if I'm trying to piece together this complex market, which is the global markets? This is what makes our channel, our community different. We actually put together valid concepts based on synergizing the different pairs. So what's the next one I'm going to be looking at for probably a synergy? I'm not that rich, precisely what a super rich guy would say. No, I wouldn't say I'm super rich. Super rich is a lot of money. Quillow says, Australian $2. Could you please look at GIN and WAI? We'll do that in a moment, Quill. Always appreciate your support. Thank you very much. $1 Australian from 2011 is 1.5 odd in 2024. There we go. Thank you for telling me that. Is TLT a buy yet? No. If he was super rich, he wouldn't be. He'd be asleep. It's true and not true. So there's two things. One, you need a purpose. You got to do what you love. I love this. I do love the markets. There's no doubt. You guys love the markets. We're all ultimately hobbyists that become professional traders or investors or have an interest in finance. If you don't love it, you'll burn up. You've got to remember, I've created thousands of videos here on the YouTube on videos. I've done this for all my life in terms of investing since I was 16, so I've done this for most of my life. And if you love it, then it comes through as authenticity. There are plenty of billionaires that I know that still work. They don't require the money. They still work crazy hours. It's either a drive of what they love or they just keep doing it. So, that's the thing. Does Buffett need to do anything? He probably doesn't need to do. Why the hell is he even still doing it at 90, whatever he is? Just because he loves it. That's all he knows. And most of the guys that rise to the top, it's a mixture of passion, partial insanity, and dedication. And that's kind of what it takes. And some of you are insane like us and me. And I know a lot of you have improved your game, so it's good. All right, so treasuries goes into dollar. Let's go to the next one. So why do we need to go to the dollar? Well, the dollar actually has a lot of impacts right now. It's pretty high. And this US dollar being this high is bad for quite a lot of investment assets. In particular, it's telling us here that yields are spiking. And obviously, that's bringing money into the dollar as well. And it's making a couple of investments do poorly. Can anyone guess the investment I'm going to go to after this that's doing poorly because of this high dollar? Let's see if the chat knows. What am I looking for here, guys? You can see the alert. I want to see this daily 20. Notice daily 20, treasuries, daily 20, US dollar, daily 20. I want to see the 20 broken and a lower low here. and my anchored VWAP also broken through. If that occurs, then I'm thinking treasuries could be on, US 10 years dropping. That's good for gold as well. So that'll be a good catalyst for gold, because this high dollar is not great for gold, of course, or really Bitcoin. And this is all going to start dropping it down. So certainly a level to watch this week, 106, everybody. 106, 106. We will be watching and seeing a closure around here. You guys are smart. You know the next level. We will answer Quillau in a moment. HSI, that is correct. China is unwilling, it seems, to kill their currency. The only way to get them ourselves out of this crash fest 2.0 is to kill their currency and begin quantitative easing in a massive way, or for the US dollar to drop. And if the US dollar drops, I believe we'll see a catalyst buy with the with also stim coming from the Chinese PBOC. So in this case, it's all about the dollar, because I don't think they're willing to kill the yuan. And this is a big deal. So the US dollar drops. That's a great sign for HSI. So in this case, we are looking for that. We obviously have seen the transactions. I believe funds are investing into it. I know that the flow out is massive at the moment. That's the media and all the information. I don't have a buy zone yet. I have a buy zone. I don't have a buy trigger for a trade. We'll see. And we are watching incredibly closely, because I know everyone hates this and everyone says, why do you look at this? Well, I look at this because I made bank on it, and so did a lot of people several times this year. And it's all about, when people don't like something, you've got to come over and you've got to assess it. This is going to lead into a stock. I'm going to keep this process up tonight. Can anyone guess the stock that I'm going to mention that nobody liked, and now all of a sudden everyone wants to talk about it? Kind of brings up that point. But yes, HSI, really, you just want to set one alert. 19852. That's what we want. We want that alert. At the moment, man, we'll see. On Thanksgiving, Bitcoin will collapse. Famous Turkey Day crash, like it has done so many times. And it is well known to do it around Thanksgiving. It used to be, I think the original one in 16, 17 was actually a bull rally into a dump. Rich Buddy coming back with that. I get back into Bitcoin at 56K. I don't think it's going to hit 56K, but I understand your concepts. If it does, you can come and gloat to me. But I don't think it's going that low now. Excuse me. I would have thought silver would be in play by now. We are looking for silver. I'm surprised it hasn't found more rally here over the last session. I think it's this dollar. What are the important dates coming up for the HSI? I haven't really looked at the HSI important dates. I'm more looking at the dollar and the flow. That's the big thing here. Have we talked about the Russell IWM? We have mentioned it. We're already at, obviously, first TP, but I think it'll make a new high. Silver still looking fine. That's correct. Nice cough, Tom. Smoking on the Bob Marley. Nah, sun sickness stuff. The plague, guys. Everyone with kids knows what it is. The plague bought from childcare. It's not good. I've been able to evade the plague recently, but anyway, I got it again. Yeah, 56 will take some. I don't think it'll go there this time around. My base case, worst case scenario, maybe 65. Worst. And probably 70, 80, to be honest. 80 seems more likely to me. 80, low 80s. All right, so we got the dollar, we got HSI. The next code was SMCI. So that was a question from before. I will put that on. So basically, SMCI, obviously, drag, horrible, almost busto, all sorts of things. Now it's suddenly become the darling. There is an ability to trade this if you got it off the island. You would have already lost one position over here. So you've got to remember it's a lost position into a winner. So you've got to realize that if you're going to replicate this type of trade, which there is a strategy to this, that you would have lost the first one. The second one would be going very nicely right now. Do I want to buy this? No. Down here? Yes. Here? No. If it even goes up to the targets, did I still want to buy it here? No. Okay. Don't chase trash if you don't get the right entries. Abundance mindset, guys. I understand it's rallying. I understand it looks like majesty. If you think it's got some kind of investable future, sure. But I'm not trading that thing for an investable future, frankly. Anyone else think this is investment worthy? Let us know in the chat for your reasons why, and we'll share them. Copper, nothing yet. Iron ore, I have been looking at iron ore recently because I'm interested in it. Looking a lot better. And that tends to bring up the idea here that we could be seeing a resurgence in China soon. All right, let's go to the donations. $2.99. How high do you think ETH can go this cycle? So we asked that question before. The answer to me is basically a 0.07 to 0.09 ratio to Bitcoin. And that's all that really matters. Let me just load up a website here for a second. We are going to look at the overall capitalization of crypto markets to answer your question. So at the moment, we have Bitcoin sitting at $2 trillion, basically. Ethereum at 420. There's no way that this shouldn't be probably, I think it'll be $1 trillion by the end of the cycle concept. Solana is actually still quite decent when you think about it from the size ratio. This coin. Ugh. Forgot about that. There it is. I haven't looked at some of these in a while. Oh, Cardano's doing damn good. Hell yeah. What the hell? Oh, sick. Tron? You can tell I haven't visited this website in a while. Remember, guys, this is what I stick to. This one. Where are we? This one, I've owned a bit of Cardano and Ethereum. Okay, that's just my wheelhouse. But then I look and I see Tron and I don't like it. Yeah, so alt's still pretty, I don't even know what that is. I remember that. Oh, some of these look like scams. Just based on their image. Oh, look at all these new coins. Injective. Yeah. Injective. First Digital. Radium. WorldCoin. This one's just based Brett. I have to click on it. The based Brett. Oh, based Brett doesn't have no alt season. It just keeps going. All right. Anyway, let's get serious. So $2 trillion. Okay, fair enough. I think they could go to 4. It's very possible. It was always on my top end. That's my top end, by the way. I think personally it'll kind of crap out somewhere in the 3s, which would give us about 150 to 180, somewhere out there. This one here, I would say about 800 to 1.2 is possible. But just look at it as market cap. Don't worry about this money. This amount here is irrelevant. Stuff this, stuff this, stuff this. Just look here. That's all that matters, okay? In terms of delusional fantasists when they talk about the wrong prices. Market cap matters, guys. It's very difficult to go from 4 trillion to 8 trillion, for example. So for someone that says, okay, Bitcoin's going to 400,000, just do the numbers on how much market cap size that is. And then you'll realize their delusionment. Okay, that's a good example. Quillow coming in. Can you have a look at GIN and WAI? Okay, we'll have a look. Because it's you, Quill, I'll do it for $2. But generally speaking, it's pretty cheap dono. Now, when you say GIN, what is this? Is this a coin? What is this? I don't know what this is. Okay, we're going to have to skip that one and go to WAI. I'm going to assume it's this. Top King Win. Is it actually this? Is there a coin? What the hell is this? Surely it can't be these. I don't know what this is, bro. It's a meme? I don't know what's going on there. Silver, we'll check it out in a moment. Oh, Chat GPT guy. I've got to be real. I didn't know half those coins, and I don't probably want to know half those coins. And you might say, well, Tom, you should understand them. No, there's no edge in them, guys. The edge in crypto, I'll say this, is pumpy dumpy outside of the majors. And you got to get in with the random break TA and hope the volume's there and it pumps, and you got to ride that baby up, and you got to dump that piece of crap so fast, and you get 2/3 of that move and you dance off into the sunset and then go back into Bitcoin. Okay. That's what you do, because it is trash. And it has been proven time and time again. And if you pick the good one, well, if you picked Solana at 0.2 cents or whatever, then you're better than me at picking the coins. Okay. So you keep doing that. But generally speaking, it is pumpy, pumpy, dumpy, dumpy. Okay. Pumpy, pumpy, dumpy, dumpy. You will lose your Bitcoin doing that too. Yeah, you probably won't get back in. I just suggest stay in the wheelhouse. Where is your edge? Smash the edge. Don't go exploring weird things. Why do you think I don't look at softs? It's a horrible environment. I've tried softs, get destroyed in roll contracts. Not good. You need to trade the beep coins with a bot. Yeah. Coinbase is very undervalued, says Chuckleberry. We'll check that in a second. We'll check that. I don't know if it's extremely undervalued. All right. So US oil, still bullish for now. Not even at res. So it's just kind of slowly creeping up there. 72 would be the next issue for it. About 72, whatever, something like that. So at this stage, I wouldn't worry too much about oil. It's just kind of like slightly bullish. So that's the way I'm looking at. Let's move silver and gold. Silver breaking down here, not ideal. Still bullish overall in creation. I like still around this level between 30.30 and 30.60. I could see it going bullish here. I think this is a pullback in time. I'd like to see it rally. Obviously, a momentum breaker will want to pass 31.50 and they'll buy in with stops below the low here. You don't have to be too crazy on silver right now, but I think it's overall bullish. Gold finding some res around this top end area. Probably could see it down to 26.20. US dollar will be important here, but I think gold overall, still one of my favorites. And I still think underpriced to its overall gain potential. So I still think we're going up here. Ty Gordon says, I stopped trading metals post-election. Oh, man. I think a gold run's been pretty goddamn good. But okay. All right. Let's have a look at some others. Truly, what are you saying here? He was obliterated. Who was obliterated? Your friend that was in alts. Why doesn't Coinbase follow BTC? Because Coin is a company and BTC is not a company. Also, it requires people actually opening accounts and governance and all sorts of things. So I don't know what people want from Coin, really. It had an epic run. For the stock, we started talking about it back here in September, and it went up 100%. That's not bad. Plus, it's going to have a breather. It's having a breather. Chill, 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 chill. It'll go up again if alts go. But yeah, I just chill on this. Size wise, 76.27. Could it double? It's potential. 150 bill. What do you guys think? 150 bill possible here for coin? Yes, no. Let us know. Close the chat in terms of the poll. So I asked the question. We've got quite a lot of poll here. So let's see what you guys said. I said crypto market done. 79% of you said no, which is pretty strong. Yes said 21, I guess. So 763 votes. That's a decent cross section. So it looks like quite a lot of people believing there's more to go in these rallies. I would tend to agree with you guys. I think more to go in crypto. And I would say at least till March, April next year would be my general thought process. Dave sent me a question here. Vivian Wong, how do you invest after making big purchases, e.g., purchasing property and suddenly you're over concentrated into real estate? It's a very tough question. Should I stop investing for a few years to build back cash ratio? Thanks. At this stage in the cycle, I can't give you financial advice, of course, generally, but I would say you're probably on the right track historically. If you are heavily leveraged into a property, and most people will be in Canada, America, UK, Australia, I think you'd be foolish not to consider paying down your debts um, with a with an 18-year bull cycle currently in. So we've got 17 years of bull, 17 and a half, something like that, 2 and a bit in this current one. Obviously, we think next year could be struggling. So, yeah, I think you got to do what's right for your family. And just remember, crypto bull wag and everyone goes crazy and says they're all making tons of money. Some do, most don't. The trick to crypto crap is generally, and I said the altcoins crap, is generally buying low and then waiting and just sitting there on it, sitting on the bags, and then one day it explodes up and then you get all those gains. The person that goes and chases halfway through the gains generally doesn't end up winning. So that's it. Don't worry about that stuff. Whatever people say around you, the best thing to do is to build your equity so that you have the capability of surviving something bad. So I would say I can't give you any more than that, but what I would say is you're probably on the right track yourself, which is don't chase, abundance mindset. These are not going anywhere. Cool question. Sell and buy BTC. No. Let's not do that. Good work, Kevin, to get that down. If you have a house with a loan with a really low interest rate, then your loan will age good. That is true, but it depends on the ratio. Look, obviously, we don't know the situation, but it doesn't look, we're not going to go past that. I'm not giving any advice portionally, other than to say, if you look at the stage that we're at in terms of this, if you look at the stage that we're at in terms of the bull, if you look at what Bitcoin's just done over the last couple of weeks and already done this year, you're going to say, okay, yeah, there could be more gains. Yeah, I could make 50 or 100% more, but I could be wrong. And it's not like it's a surefire bet like it was, a few months ago, or better bet. You have to be realistic, guys, about where we're at here. Everyone's FOMO and all over the place. They will continue to do so into 2025. Be optimistic, but have a healthy level of skepticism. So we've got here gold, we've got here silver. Obviously, we like silver around this price. Gold could come back more. Silver, a little bit sad that it hasn't rallied more off this level. Probably should have. So that's interesting. Let's go over to some stocks. Let's do some Tesla. Tesla went a bonkers. Why, guys? Why do you think Tesla is doing so well today? What was the sign? And I didn't make a video on the weekend, but what was the sign? Rich Buddy's being unfair with his children. Gave one $6.80. Now it's 500. Put the other one 367 and got $4.5 grand. I want to be the kid with 367. What's going on there? Musk in a plane with Trump. No, it's not that. Obviously, it's calls, options. Big options flow. I had a article up before. I'm not sure if I took a picture of its info for you guys. I probably didn't, but basically what it was saying was we have an extreme amount of options call. coming through. So obviously 350 is a huge break call wall. We've seen that before on every video we've done. To get through it, it's a big deal. In fact, I think I've got one here. So let me just grab it for you. That's NVIDIA. Here's Tesla. Okay. So I show you here the 350 call wall, and you can see it's pretty strong up to 365. This is a huge switch in gamma. Obviously, super positive gamma. It's going to force dealers that are offside to start to really mitigate that, and that's why you're getting that squeeze through. So Tesla's pretty bullish as of the close. If you bought it as of the close, you deserve your 2% plus today. It's a pretty significant, I think, pretty easy run from that aspect. How high could we go? I think we could go quite a lot. Quite a lot in terms of the closures. So we could go all the way up to 400. I think these highs now. It's very, very plausible. What do you guys think? 400 for Tesla at the moment? I would say so. Sarah, just forward it to me again if you're still listening. Just send it to my email, thomas@fx, and I'll have a look. And I'll check my spam if it's gone in there. Until Elon falls out with Trump, yeah, I think that's your major threat here on Tesla, guys, realistically. So at the moment, all gravy, healthy level of optimism, healthy level of skepticism, yeah? So 400 plus, yeah, quite a few of you think Tesla drops today? Shouldn't. We'll see. What are your thoughts on Google? Yeah, Google dropped quite a lot after hitting that big TP zone up here and kind of doing the reversal. So it went jut, struggled here, back down. It's around the right level to find buyers. This is probably the most traded area through this range. But I don't think that we've seen a bid on it yet. So we'll see here. Sizzle Street says Tesla market cap potential is enormous with robo-taxi and humanoid bots. All is feasible. But yeah, it's again, you got to be careful. Just think about your market cap size generally. So if you are 1.13 trillion, it's possible 3 trillion for sure. It's possible. So that is a tripling of this. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, but yeah, that's your number. 2 trillion maybe. Is it overvalued by any metric? At the moment, probably. I don't have much faith in Tesla's product ramp. A car with no steering wheel that is currently illegal in every state will be made legal in multiple states now that Trump and Elon are friends at the moment. That can actually do a single useful real world thing on its own. We'll see. But at the moment, the rally is options. Okay, it's flow and options, and don't go against the curve. You know, I see a lot of traders and investors lose because they have an opinion. What do I always say, guys? When it comes to your opinion, it doesn't matter. You are living in probably some echo chamber that's been fed certain bits of information. And it's likely, okay, that this has happened. And therefore, you probably have devised a concept on a stock. I might think Tesla's worth $10, but that doesn't mean that I would stop trading and investing into it into $600 if necessary, if that's what the market tells me. I don't like valuations on anything in the stock market, frankly. Who the hell likes forward PE of 23, 24? You'd have to have a rock loose in your head. But it doesn't matter. Again, that's our opinion. The reality is the market continues to climb higher because of the nature of debt leverage and FOMO and cycling and stupid human sheeple and all sorts of things. Funds and money print and all these different things that could push us up. So do you like 24 times earnings? I don't. I think it's stupid. But at the same time, and I know eventually it'll go back down to 12 or 14. It'll eventually happen. It's just the reality. You can't say, oh, this is the new norm. When you say that, it's going to explode on you. Remember 2021, companies traded at 1,000 times earnings. Everyone thought it was the best thing ever until it wasn't. So our opinion doesn't mean much here. What instead is happening is this is flows, it is positive gamma, it is options, it is large transactions, and people betting on potentially Elon Musk getting whatever he wants. And that's not going to be in the fundamentals. NVIDIA looking weak. NVIDIA is struggling heavily with 150. And semiconductors in general are not where the money's at right now. Look, I love NVIDIA. It's my favorite stock with Microsoft, of course, though Microsoft annoys me and it's super overvalued. NVIDIA kind of high at the one standard deviation as well. But the reality is we continue to believe small caps are where the market, small and mids are where the market's moving right now. Small and mids, small and mids, small and mids. Oh man, Munchie, you are a troll, bro. If you're watching this live, too funny. Sizzle says, "Love how you keep us grounded." I just think it's a reality. I look, we don't work on. I love doing a good hype train. I love it, guys. We love hype. I love being a bit bearish sometimes too. I love the bear. What they call bear porn. But the reality is, is that the best traders and investors are the ones that have great temperament. And you have to model yourself off that. And you know who you follow, the ones that post crazy hype dragons and bear porn that is so bearish that it's reality of the world is going to explode every day. They're probably not the ones that you really want to be, watching and checking out. All right, let's do AMD because I saw you guys keep posting AMD. Do a look at AMD. I thought I said AMD sucked. Does it still suck? It sucks slightly less than it did 2 weeks ago, that's for sure. You might say, but Tom, it's around the same price. Yes, but now we have a little bit of formation down here, guys. All right, let's have a look. Let's dive in a little bit here to this this trash. So AMD, nice support. Okay, all right. I like it. I like the support. We like this. I don't mind these dojis, these big dojis. That kind of tells me there's a little bit of the buy and the sells going on here. Probably want to go and do some further investigation into those. I would like a gap up here. So maybe a 141 kind of gap up early in the morning would be nice. We're trading at 139.67. It certainly now has the structure that could turn it to the upside. And this is the first time we've said this in a long time for this thing. So, yeah, I mean, I'd always mark this high out. I think that's the strongest. But I can see that it's better. I think it's worthy of watching, but not necessarily participating in at this stage. Nothing much yet, but interesting. What's my uranium doing this morning? Up 1%. We love uranium. Look at it go. It's not maybe the most exciting chart in the world for the crypto fans, but still uranium, I think, has a case to be made for it over the next year or two. Always remember where uranium came from as well. You may be surprised when you bring the chart up. It's like that Jaws. Whoa, that's quite high. 133. So still in the doldrums is uranium. And I think it's politically possible. We'll call it politically possible now that most Western countries will consider nuclear. And that's because they have to win the AI race and they need the power. What do you guys think? Anyone seen that South Park episode on the bidets, the toilet bidets and the toilet paper companies? Anyone ever seen that one? I grew up with South Park, I guess. I was just, someone said toilet paper something and I was like, yeah, I just made me think of that bidet video. That was the best. No one's seen it? Ontario is already 75% nuclear. Mr. Hanky. No, it's not Mr. Hanky. It was the bidet episode where Randy was like, he found out about bidets, and I think this is true, by the way. And then the toilet paper companies found out that he was trying to sell the bidets to people, and effectively the toilet paper companies, which were capitalist, obviously there's a lot of money to be made in toilet paper selling. They decided they needed to shut it down, so he had to have like, he had to keep it a secret. It was the best. I do believe there is. I actually think the toilet paper companies are kind of like almost a dodgy Ponzi scheme when you think about it, or at least a capitalist scheme. Quillau coming in $5. Take two PDN CTD ALX PDN. Let's have a look here. We've got a lot. Are these Australian? I mean, you have to tell me what these are. Are these Australian or American? Quill. I'm assuming based on the Australian donation, they're Australian. This is 2.45 bill in minerals and metals stock. Paladin, yeah. Oh, look, I couldn't buy down here on any of this, so not there for me. Obviously, I do like materials, but I'd say no to that one in terms of replication. CTD probably on the ASX. This looks a lot better in terms of turn. So nice higher high here, which is strong. A little bit better. Size-wise, 2 billion. I like that. What is this? I don't know what the company is, but anyway, new high. Yeah, it's okay. Stops below the low. And this one is Atlas. No, but look at that downward trend. That is an extreme downward trend. So if you breach the downward trend, I think you're looking better. And I'd say 528 on the high. And that would be worthwhile. Yes, I've seen it. Yeah. Tom's about to get cancelled by the toilet paper people. They're coming for us, guys. They'll go for all of you. Now that you're watching the stream, they know. You know the truth now. Swiss banking system is in a crappy state. I'm sure it is. I made the move to bidet and it's superior. Yes, it is. If I'm not here next week, make sure to call the authorities, guys, because they're after us. Robert Raymond, $10. Thank you very much. Just wanted to say thank you. I'm up 120%. That's some delish. Trading long options since April. Thanks to you and the man, the myth, the legend, Jam. I'm going to call him Croissant. Thanks, Robert. Appreciate it. Hey, INF, how you going? All right, let's continue. So, anyone that's coming in here, we've got new people joining us. The general gist is that obviously Bitcoin is struggling around 100. If you had to go at me and say, do you think it's going to absolutely blitz it up? I don't think so. I already detailed that I believe we're in a bit of a holding period here for Bitcoin. There could be a little upside tick, but I think it still will go into a little hold period. Traditionally, when I've seen similar reads to this is all of the types of market structure. So you've got to just remember, it's not the end of Bitcoin rally, in my opinion, but it is generally like a little bit of a pullback in time, a little bit of just, chill. And that's because we hypered into the news. So all of a sudden, everyone was talking about crypto last week, thanks to one company, obviously MSTR. And we can see here MSTR making a recovery here at 440. Saylor claiming is going to make big buys, I think. So this is also, I guess, what a lot of people are going to go bullish on. It's very difficult to see these types of things when you first kind of come into it. But when that dumped like that, it kind of tells me that that's kind of what I'm thinking. That's what I'm kind of thinking. The dash for trash is ending. Oh, I don't think so. The dash for trash might just be beginning. Trash doing pretty well today, up 0.86%. So what do we think about Ethereum? Have a look at your ETH BTC ratios. I think that Ethereum is looking pretty good. Had a very decent daily, weekly kind of close on it last week. Obviously consolidated around these highs with some dojis. A breakout above kind of 3,500 with a close is going to be a big deal. So that's going to be a big deal there. So I think Ethereum is worthwhile watching. People hate it. I posted a lot on socials about this. Most people were disliking it. And that's always a tell, along with the memes, that it is being underappreciated. Okay. The second largest coin, underappreciated. People think it's trash right now. I don't really care what it's worth or what it does. To me, it's all about sentiment. So that is a big one. Major stocks like Microsoft and stuff. Microsoft just holding pattern at high ratios. Meta just kind of slowly dwindling down at this stage. Again, these majors don't really have the juice in them at the moment. Apple kind of sideways. Amazon kind of crappy. This isn't where the money's at. And I've said that for weeks. Have I even looked at these? Other than Tesla and NVIDIA, I've been pretty slack on looking at Amazon for a while now. And, I would argue that we haven't been wrong to not look at it for half a year because it's kind of sucked. Okay. I like the stock. Don't get me wrong. Delicious stock. All delicious. Delicious. Good. Well, we know what. That's what I think of Zuckerberg. Stupid Zuckerberg. He seems so unlikable. So unlikable. ETH 3,800. Oh, I think much higher. I want it to double. What are your thoughts on PLTR? Froze the screen, drawing all over Zuckerberg's company. 1 second. Let's go over to PLTR. I think it's probably done its rally for now. How much did it drop from the highs again? Maybe not. Look, I always have a rule. When it disconnects the way it has, we're getting into the twilight zone for a stock. And this big candle here, it tells me with the combined candle up here that we're probably, I wouldn't be buying this anymore. I'd be holding it because it didn't quite meet criteria to dump that thing off. But yeah, I'd be skeptical of buying more here. Size-wise, market cap's 150 billion. Obviously, it could be worth a lot more. Who knows? 1 second. Let me see if I can. I can't get rid of this. Zuckerberg is on my computer now. There we go. Thank goodness. Amazon has struggled because the amount Bezos has been selling. It's probably partly that. How about Hood? Look, I'm already done with Hood. Hood was an excellent trade that we had in our private community. I talked about it a few times on the streams. To me, this was an excellent TP zone. Obviously, it's going to keep going because of the crypto stuff, but I'm very happy with that. I think it was an excellent double plus bagger. So it is what it is. Is this true? I didn't think he forced us to be his friend. I got 40% gains on BTC. Would you keep holding or sell at this point? Depends what your risk parameters and holding capability is. Can you hold 20% drops? Do you have faith and confidence in 2025? These are, you have to ask yourself. I don't know your mindset. And I'm not going to sit there and say, oh yeah, I think it's worth 130K. Just keep holding it, bro. If 40% up is a lot for you, then you've got to make your own decision and say, can I handle a 20 to 35% drop? That's what you do in crypto. If you can't handle 20 to 35% drop, you've answered your own question. Where does your URA go? Ideally up, Oren. That would be the big thing. Any recommendations on core holding first half of 25? I'd recommend you become a member of our community and watch my macro show. that I do every Sunday evening in the US, plug, that will help you with that question. NVIDIA was up overnight and was up pre-market. Now it's down. It's really struggling with the 150. The 150, 148 is a lot. If it gets through, good news. But until that happens, we just can't be sure this thing's really going to keep going super strong. Rich Buddy said, I'm up big in Tesla. Thank you for the $5. Sell now, pay 30% tax. I won't do. Sell next December for 1 year wait. You think lots of people like me will sell in December 2025 and crash it? You're assuming that a lot of people hold it at your buy-in. Now, I guess your argument is that you bought it because of Trump and Elon. So because you bought it because of Trump and Elon, then you're going to everyone else is going to sell at that point. I would say back of 2025 is scary, but I don't think that's going to be what crashes it. I think your biggest threat is an Elon Trump fallout. There's a couple other donations here, which I'll do. Wahinu says here, sorry, late. What trade you said go all in? $2. Yeah, the trade that you've looked at on your screen, that's the one, man. Andrew Cross, it will be under 150 in 12 months. Yeah, we just don't know that argument here. How do we access the macro show? Just jump on fxevolution.com and sign up for free 7-day trial and for the Market Masters Club, and you can get access to it and you can check it out in there. I talk about what I think for 25. Tom, I bought C3 at 28, earnings in December. How should I play this? We'll do that just kind of here just to do it. C3 AI, I assume this one here, yeah. Nice buy, decent rally, obviously strong. 28 is a good buy, actually. I would have said anything in the 26s to 28 is a good purchase for this. So well done. You're actually replicable. Nice break at the downward trend line, 2 into it. Probably looking at 44, yeah. Yeah, around 44, 45, I agree. Earnings, 6th. You just kind of hope it kind of runs into earnings. And if it does, then it's probably a buy the rumor, sell the fact. That's what I would look at. Hopefully you get lucky with the buy the rumor component. Great work, Tom. I enjoy being part of your Discord until I was kicked out for criticizing all the MAGA chats. All the best. Ted from Tassie. Did you? Oh, the Discord is... Who kicked you? I mean, it does say in the rules specifically, don't post political content, but I have noticed there is unbelievable political content in there. So, yeah. Look, one of the rules is don't post political content. I think it says here. But look, there does tend to be, you've got to remember, men mostly in trading and investing, just generally. Men tend to favor the Trump side, I guess, statistically. So I guess that could be there. Either way, I'll let you back in if you want to. But yeah, it says here, no political discussion, rule number 6. So I would like to think that no one was posting political discussion. We talk finances, but anyway, thank you very much and continue to enjoy Tasmania. You do have some amazing countryside down there. Oh, okay. I see who kicked you. Well, I respect the decision. Political content is to be expected. It's fine to say Trump pushed the market, Trump did this, Trump did that, Trump talks about this or whatever. But I guess it's when it gets into agenda and random, I don't know, who knows, whatever. Zoom 5-year chart, take a peek. I like Zoom at the moment. Nothing wrong with Zoom. Did it go down? I think it's going up. We're zooming forward. Yeah, guys in the community like this one at 66. I agreed. It's a piece of crap, but it's doing really nice. Great break from the downtrend. I don't know how high. I'm guessing 110. This is the clown that we live in right now. It's back, baby. Now let's do the thing. Dun, 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 dun. Whoa, we're not even there yet. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my goodness, I can't even click. Oh yeah. If I remember correctly, every one of the fund managers that are supposedly glorious were buying like absolute mad people over here. And I'm pretty sure right here, Kramer said it's a buy. Right there's Kramer. TLT moving pre-market, we did cover that. All right, guys, well, let's finalize it here. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's session. Thank you to the thousands and thousands of you that came out and watched. Very much appreciated. Thanks for everyone that gave it a like, a thumbs up, watches the content, enjoys our streams. I always appreciate each and every one of you. So thanks for the donations and everything else. Generally speaking, what are we looking at here? It's pretty much everything we've instigated over the last couple of weeks. We're still liking the crypto runs. I'm looking at ETH in particular. I got to be real. I'm less interested in Bitcoin other than my just hodling status at this stage. I like to switch and flow. And of course, that means I'm sniffing Ethereum out at this stage. So I'm looking. And yeah, I'm feeling it a little bit. Specifically in December, what's going on here with oil? It's still just kind of partially grinding up. Tesla's in positive gamma. Yields have dropped, which is good for watching the dollar. So if the dollar breaks below the key level, just remember the dollar is a good one to watch this week under 106. We'll update you on the daily close show. We'll have a show tomorrow, so I'll be updating that. US 2K best performer, no surprises if you've been watching the channel and what we've been crapping on about. And gold still good with the pullback. Silver a bit questionable why it's down so much around here, but still in theoretically buy territory. And yeah, the best trades at the moment seem to be small caps. If you had a look at last week, we talked about RK, obviously with that little breach out here, and that is now starting to pay off. So it's off the bottom in here, about 5.66%. It's not too bad. And we've seen a lot of these stocks going. Plenty of new opportunities. I can see a lot of rotation coming through. 2025 is going to have a new sector in it as well, I'm pretty sure. So again, sign up to the private community if you're interested in watching the macro. You'll see what I'm talking about. Probably keep that one on there. I share a lot with you guys for free, but I put a bit of work into finding some of these things. So we'll see. And yeah, I think it's going to be a pretty good start to the year. I think 2025 is not going to be without its pullbacks. Remember, expect some fairly decent brutalization at one point, 10+% off the index. And we need to be on the lookout because things could go shitty pretty quick. And we need to be paying attention to that. Got one last question coming in here from a donation, and we'll do Euro Odd as well. So I'll do Euro Odd first before I forgot. When was it Euro Odd? 1 second. Let me have a look here. Euro Odd analysis. There's a currency. So we're going to do this for one of the mods. Okay. So in general, looking towards, I can only assume the bear side, probably due to this. Obviously at support, Doji. I need to do a bit of analysis on this, it seems, because there's quite a lot of different stuff to look at. I mean, yeah, it is bearish at the moment. It's not probably traditionally the way I'd like to trade it. I see the pattern. I don't know. I don't know if that's going to work out. Probably not exactly my setup. So if I had to say, obviously I'd say bearish. I'm not sure if I think it's edge or not. Okay, next one. Jaro says here, if you're going for TP zone, it's just nothing really down here either. It's probably like going to go keep lower, like 150. I don't know. It's a bit questionable. Can you take a look at HIMS? Can do. Thank you for the donation. HIMS and hers. Let's have a look. I have done this one a few times recently. I don't like it at all. I hate this drop. This is such a big drop, 37%. It's rallying. It looks good. I don't think it's going to end good. I feel like it's going to do this. That's my opinion. I really don't like this stock. I don't like the rally. I mean, I could be wrong, but statistically, I'm not wrong. So we'll see. But yeah, unfortunately, not the best there. And is EL a buy? Okay, let's have a look at EL. Thank you for the donation, but unfortunately, yeah, I can't get behind that. EL is quite oversold. I've looked at this a few times. On the daily, because it gapped below, you'll notice it's actually creating a decent island. Volume has remained okay. If it gaps up considerably, it's okay. If you wish to buy it with the stop below the low, it's a gamble. But of course, it's a gamble with the risk you put on it. The gap is worth 3-1, I would say, at this ratio. So, yeah, it's okay. It's a gamble, though. You're betting on the bottom, and you're betting on a kind of a V-shaped bottom or an island-based bottom versus a Wyckoff distribution accumulation bottom or something else. It's not really my replication, but yeah, I could see it. Amazon's competing with HIMS now. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be against that. Thanks, Tom. Yes, I'm a gambler. This is not the worst gamble because of the way it's held base. And if you go out weekly and you scroll through, you'll notice that we're still in structuring area. Volume is intensified. It is oversold. There are cases. And the weekly close is significant. So it's not as bad as you would think. Ted, you can message me and I'll have a look in Discord or whatever. But just come in our community. It's much easier. All right, guys. Thank you so much. We'll leave you for now. GDX still looks fine for that question. I think TA is good. Let's see how Ethereum can go with the close. Let's see if we can actually get up there. If it can't, I wouldn't despair. Just wait till sometime in late November into December. We are obviously struggling with Bitcoin, so that can have an effect. And I wouldn't be surprised to see a little bag drop. As Rich said before, Thanksgiving tends to be where you actually see dumps in the crypto market around that period. So let's see if we can get it again. 80% of you said we're not done yet in the rally. And that's a heavy, strong reading. So we'll see. All right, everybody. Catch you for now. We talked about URA just before. All good. Hope your health improves quickly. Oh, I'm fine. I just a little bit of a cough. All good, guys. You have a fantastic day. Well done to each and every one of you. Congrats on 2024 if you've done well. If you've just joined the community, make sure to subscribe. And let's make 2025 even better if we can do so. But it's going to be tougher. And the pickings are going to be more FOMO-y. And you're going to have to be very, very careful. I'm smelling 2021. All right. Catch everybody. See ya.